Ebou Adams and Derby County are heading back to the English Championship after a 3-0 win over Carlisle in the final day of the season. Ibrahim Ajaju, Stek back, made another crucial penalty save for Paide in the Estonian league. Dembo Dabo, Alfuseni Gassama, Pa Omar Babu, and Aliou Bari were all in the goals for their respective clubs this weekend. Assalamu alaikum Bokayi. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantabai YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football. I am Chama, and this is the Scorpions Weekend Recap. Before going any further in this video, guys, I would like to ask you a little favor. If you are new around the Jollof Football Bantabai YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a like. Without wasting much of your time, let's get into the weekend recap. So we start today in England because Derby County, after 2 years from the championship, after 2 years from the top two tiers of English football, they are going back to the top tier. They had some difficult times in 2022 when the club entered administration. They were deducted 21 points. 21 points they were deducted when they were relegated from the championship to League One. And now they are going back to the championship after an impressive 3-0 win over Carlisle in the final day of the season. Of course, Ebou Adams, who went there on loan in January, has been so impactful since he moved to Derby County and helping them gain this very important promotion for the club. They were in really difficult situation 2 years ago. So to see the club bouncing back from that is something wonderful to see. And to see a Gambian player contributing into that, it makes it even better. So this weekend they were playing against Carlisle. It was a very important game for them. It was the final day of the season. They needed a point for them to, to gain that automatic promotion because, of course, Bolton Wanderers were lurking behind them. So they just had to win this game or at least get a draw to gain promotion. So it was a high pressure game, but it did not face them. They took the lead very early on. They ended the game 3-0 in that game. And then guess who was man of the match? It was Ebou Adams. He was really dope in that game. He was really good in that game. He even scored a goal which was, chopped off by VAR because of offside, but it was going to be one of his, classic goals as well. Of course, don't forget that he scooped their goal of the year, Derby's goal of the year. He scooped it with that volley that he scored. He actually scored another volley, but it was a different type of volley. This one was closer, but unfortunately VAR chopped it off from Ebou Adams. He has been exceptional for Derby County. So now what does he do? Now what will he do? Is he going to stay with Derby? Because, of course, he's on loan from Cardiff City. Cardiff are in the championship already. But, he has not found Cardiff as a home because since he went to Cardiff, a lot of things has happened. The coach who signed him left and then, he got got a serious injury, a few injuries, I would say. And he was never that, he never really cemented that place. So now he went to Derby on loan, a league lower. That was the in League One. And then, he was very impactful. He since he joined them, the club has played 17 games. Ebou Adams has started every single one of them, and he has been very good. Always giving his all in that midfield. Like I think I've been singing his praise for a while in terms of if you want to get the best of Ebou Adams, get him playing as much as possible because he's an athlete and all whatnot. And Derby County has reaped the rewards of that because since he went to Derby, the coach never benched him. He started him in every single game. And then in every single game, he was getting better and better. Yeah, congratulations, Ebou Adams, for helping Derby gain that promotion and also, of course, being man of the match in the final day of the season, winning the goal of the season for Derby. This was his final game. Now we have to wait and see what the club does, what Derby does with Ebou Adams or what Cardiff does with Ebou Adams. I'm sure Derby fans will want him to stay. I'm sure the Derby manager would want him to stay, but then it depends on what his parent club wants. That is Cardiff City. So over the summer, I'm sure there will be some discussions about his situation. Like, I would like to see him stay at Derby because at least Derby have given him that platform to play, and the coach he is playing for kind of trust him, and Ebou Adams is a player who needs this kind of trust from a coach for to get the best of him. So I hope he stays at Derby. But what happened next, I don't know. So we're moving down to the League Two. The final game of the season, there was nothing special about the games there, but at least Wrexham, they were playing against Stockport. We know Wrexham have a Gambian player, Stockport have a Gambian player. Jacob Mendy plays for Wrexham, and Stockport, we have Ebou Ture. The good thing, Ebou Ture returned into that game. He played in the second half, but of course, both those two teams have already gained their promotion to League One. Stockport too, it's an interesting one because last season they almost get there. They went all the way to the final day of the playoff season, all the way to the finals of the playoffs, and then they lost it. This time they regroup and then prepare their team better, sign some few players, and now they won League Two and they are going directly into League One. But the final game of the season, they played against Wrexham and then they lost that game 2-1. Wrexham, that was an important win for Wrexham because that meant they finished second. So in League Two, we have Ebou Ture finishing at the top, and then number 2 is Wrexham with Jacob Mendy. So two Gambian players finishing first and second in League Two, and all of them gaining that promotion. Good to see Ebou Ture back. Jacob is not back. I'm sure he'll be back in the summer because he had some long-term injuries, some mid to long-term injuries. So hopefully in the summer he'll be back, and then by the time preseason starts, he should be ready. Elsewhere in League Two, Mofal, they got a thrashing. Walsall, they lost 5-1. Other Gambian players playing in League Two, you have Seydou Kane, Alassane Diatta, and Jacob Mendy. They were all out this weekend. Alassane, I don't know, since a couple of games ago, 3 games ago, he has not been playing. So I've not learned of his injury or anything, but he has not been available for the past few games. Of course, I know Seydou Kane and Jacob Mendy are currently nursing injury. That's why they were not available for their club. Now, moving to Scotland, St Johnstone, they lost an important game this weekend. They were played against Hibs 3-1. They lost the game. Adama Sidibe, who is having an exceptional season. I've been helping some fans from St Johnstone actually to write a piece on Adama Sidibe. I can't wait to see that piece. It should be an interesting one coming out very soon, so watch out for that one. Yeah, Sidibe played 45 minutes in that game, but he left the pitch at halftime due to an injury. I don't know the nature of the injury, but that was why he left. They lost the game 3-1. He had a very, very good chance in the first half to level things, but unfortunately, I think he should have done better with that finishing. It was a 1v1, a back pass that landed on him, and he should have buried that. But unfortunately, the keeper made the save there. I hope the injury is not very serious. Hopefully, he should be back. He will be back for them because they have a very, very important period now to play. They have 4 games to play in the Scottish League, and it is very close between them and the team that is occupying. They are currently 10th. There are 12 teams in the Scottish leagues. 2 teams go automatically. 2 teams get relegated. Currently, St Johnstone are occupying 10th place, so they are occupying that last spot before you enter into the relegation zone. So, and they are only 1 point ahead of Ross County. Yeah, I think it's Ross County. So yeah, it is quite important for them to garner points here so that they can avoid that relegation spot. So hopefully, CDB's injury is not very serious and he should be back. He will be back for them very, very soon. Moving to France. France too, we have a similar situation in terms of relegation. Metz, they lost this weekend 2-1. Abdoulaye Diallo came on in the second half. He did not start the game, but he was substituted on. Metz lost the game 2-1. They are still occupying they are still not in the relegation zone, but they are very, very close to the relegation zone. Last week they got a crucial win against Le Havre when they were actually in the relegation zone. That win over Le Havre took them out of the relegation zone. So they are in a very, very dire situation, and they need to gather points themselves. It's good to see Abdoulaye Diallo coming back. Since he returned, the coach has only trusted him to start him once. Hopefully, maybe in the last few games of the season, he might, give him more opportunity to help them stay in League One. Adama Bojang also came on for Reims. Start the Reims. They lost 4-1. He played about 15 minutes. He's starting to build up his minutes. Still, that goal involvement is not there. He haven't scored or assisted yet. But of course, it's a matter of time. We have to wait. Patience. It's asked for a lot of patience. I'm sure people outside, the fans want to see him score, but I'm sure he he wanna score even more because he wanna get the ball rolling in France. But yeah, he needs to stay grounded, keep training hard, and hopefully the opportunities will come. And once he have that first one, I think things will start to get better and better very soon. The game of the weekend was Bre versus Rennes. It was a very, very interesting game. Bre, we have Mahdi Kamara, of course, Gambia hopeful. He has turned down Gambia in the past to play to represent Gambia. Tom went to watch him play and then try to convince him. I think there was even a time he was actually named in the national team squad, but he did not turn up or he did not accept the invitation. So I still hope he represents Gambia because he's such a very, very good player. So if you watch him play, he's really, really a very good player. So this weekend, they played the game of the week, to be honest, and I had to cover it. Bray played against Rennes. They won the game 5-4. Mahdi Kamara did score in that game. He scored one and then created one. It was a crucial win for Bray, and they have not won against Rennes in 37 years. 37 years. Bray have not won against Rennes. And this game was quite interesting. Goals, when goals are many in a football match, it's usually a very, very interesting. The game started, and then, Rennes ran into a 2-0 lead. It was 2-0. And then, Bray came back and then take it to 4-2. Actually, Mahdi scored the fourth goal, and he also created the equalizing goal, which was an own goal. And then, Rennes came back to 4-4. And then in the final minute, 95th minute of play, Brest scored another goal, which made it 5-4. Like I said, that was their first win against Rennes in 37 years. Brest are currently sitting in third place in the French league. And if they can finish in that place, they will be in the Champions League next season. They have never qualified for a European competition, but they are on the verge of making it directly to the Champions League. That win they had this weekend meant that they have already qualified for Europe. So no matter what happened until the end of the season, they will be playing in Europe next season. They will be in the European competition, conference, or the Europa League. So it's a big achievement for a club like Brest. They have never been in this situation. They have never qualified for Europe. So to have the chance to qualify for the Champions League is going to be something big. Only PSG and Lille are ahead of them in the French league. Mahdi is doing an exceptional job. Just recently, a couple of months ago, we saw him score a wonderful hat-trick when he scored that perfect hat-trick with his left foot, right foot, and his header. So it's good. It's good to see him doing well. So like I say, he's a very, very good player, and I will not give up on him to represent the Gambia. I don't think he will represent France. So if you want to play international football, I think Gambia is his best chance. So hopefully the Gambia will, keep pushing for him. You don't give up on these kind of things. I'm sure some Gambians will, if you don't want to play for us, don't. But there are some situations you just have to treat them differently because these people are, like I always say, they are not born and raised in the Gambia. So they need to do. There is some convincing need to be done for them to play for the Gambia. So we need to do that. That is my personal opinion. But anyways, moving to League 2, Sekou Touré started again, back-to-back starts for him at Grenoble. I'm sure maybe he did a good job last time. Bambalai replaced, was on the bench this time, but he did came on in the second half. Grenoble, they lost the game 2-0. And then you move to Turkey. Of course, Captain Omar Koli played for Besiktas. They lost this weekend. They were down to 10 men, and then they lost the game 2-1. Koli, of course, played the 90 minutes. Alisson was also involved for Ankara Gucu in their 2-2 draw. And then you move to Kazakhstan. Dembo Dabo is a player we have not mentioned in a while. Was back in the goals. I think a couple of seasons ago he was in exceptional goal scoring form, but the goals had dried out a little bit. He has been moving around a little bit. He went to UAE, and then he was at some point in Kazakhstan. And now he moved to another club. Now he's in Kazakhstan, playing for Oda Basi in Kazakhstan. He was back in the goals. He scored his fourth goal for the club. They drew 1-1 this weekend. It's good to see him back in the goals. And then we move into Denmark. Musa Juara and Hamza Bari started for the first time for Vejle since September 2023. This is the first time that these two Gambians have started for Vejle. They drew the game. They have not won their last two games, but yeah, they got a point this time around against Line B. and both Gambians started. Actually, Jawaras got the assist for the goal. Yeah. And then elsewhere in Denmark, Hossian Sumagai, they won against B93, 2-1 away. Alaji Sen was a late sub in that one. No, actually 1-0 away. Alaji Sen was a late substitute for them, Horsens in that game. And then in Estonia, I think I mentioned Ibrahim Ajaju tackling back, saving another penalty. This is the second penalty he saved during the month of April for Paide in their 1-1 draw this weekend. And it was a crucial one because Paide were losing 1-0 and the opponents got a penalty in the 77th minute. And, Ibrahim Ajaju saved that penalty. Paide ended up equalizing in the 97th minute of play. So without that penalty save, it would have been probably a defeat for them. That penalty save and that performance that he put up, that is Ibrahim Stek, put him in the Estonian team of the week. Every week they have their team of the week, and Ibrahim Stek was the goalkeeper for the team of the week this weekend. And my brother, Pawamat Babu Lampard, he's a brother from Kotu. He plays in Bangladesh, Fortis. He was in the goals. They won 2-1, and he was in the goals. He added the second goal, and then Paide ended up winning that game 2-1. Elsewhere, UAE, United Arab Emirates, Al Husseini Gassama cannot stop scoring. This is his 16th goal of the season in the UAE League. He plays for Diba Al Fujairah. They won their game 3-1, and Al Husseini Gassama scored, which was his 16th league goal of the season. Angola, Aliou Barry scored his second goal for Club Desportivo in Angola. Aliou Barry last season he was killing it in the GFF league. He was among the top leading goal scorers there. It's good to see him banging in them goals. And finally in Belgium, Genk, they lost 3-0 against Club Brugge. Aliou Fadera was also involved in that. That was it. That was the weekend recap. I hope you enjoyed that. If you do, please make sure you leave a like on the video. And until we catch you again, guys, goodbye.